All right, welcome back here with Chef James Jones making beef stroganoff.
Here we go.
And this looks different than the kind I make at home because you're making it better. Obviously, you're a chef. So what do we got cooking right now?
This is just a little base I'm making for the sauce. It's avocado oil. It's one sweet onion diced up and about 3 pieces of bacon chopped up.
So I've never had bacon in mine, but we're also going to add some mushrooms and other delectable things.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, what's that next step?
And so the next we're going to put about a clove of garlic just smashed up in there.
Okay.
And just get that working.
And you got it on about medium heat?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we're going to add our mushrooms. I like using the baby bella mushrooms because I think they have better texture and flavor.
Uh-huh.
But you can use whatever you like.
I like those too. And those are a nice, good size.
We'll get that moving around. Then I've chopped up about 2 green onions, or sliced. And then I got about a half a sprig of cilantro that we're going to put in there. And then I'm going to let that sear for just long enough to get the vegetables seared.
Uh-huh. So is this a family recipe or something you just kind of like came together with on your own?
Well, actually, came together this one on my own. My family, growing up, we didn't eat sour cream because they thought it was not something you should have.
Uh-huh. And you're telling me that sour cream is a pillar of this dish.
Oh, yes, absolutely. But the first time I ever had it, I went crazy for it. But then we're going to deglaze the pan with just a little bit of beef broth. And that's going to get all the bits to come up off the bottom.
Smells so good.
Into that, we're going to add a block of cream cheese.
See, that's my favorite ingredient.
That's going to make it very creamy. Uh-oh.
So right now, noodles are already cooked, and we are all about the sauce.
So we're adding a can of cream of mushroom soup.
Is it weird that I can eat cream of mushroom soup by itself?
By itself?
My parents think it's very strange.
I can eat cream of chicken by itself. I've never tried cream of mushroom.
Maybe it's not that good. I just love it.
And then we're going to add about 2 tablespoons of sour cream.
Sour cream. Now, what does the sour cream do for this?
It gives it like a tangy, almost like a buttermilk flavor that you can't. It just gets on the back of your palate and you can't figure out what it is, but you know it's good.
Okay, yeah, wow. So it's looking creamy, getting that all together.
And then we're just going to add a little bit of white pepper.
Okay.
A little bit of sea salt. And this is a trick from my grandmother. As a chef, I've tried to get away from it, but she cooked with Lipton onion soup.
And that was her favorite ingredient.
She cooked everything, had Lipton onion soup in it. So I always add a little bit of that and a little bit of, I call this delicious goodness seasoning.
Oh, wow.
Because I make it, but it's like a dry ranch mix.
How do you get good at eyeballing stuff?
Been doing it for about 40 years.
Okay, so I'm just gonna like take a picture of that in my brain and like know how to just season it. He just like covered the top with the seasoning, like not too little, not too much.
Yeah, well, you want to, if you don't know how much, you want to go under. Because you can always add a little bit more.
Okay, good advice there. So now we're gonna let that cook.
We're gonna let this come up to a boil, and then we're gonna add a splash of heavy cream, just to make it a little more creamy, and it'll be ready to serve over the egg noodles.
And the beef.
Oh, I haven't added the beef. I'm sorry.
Hey. So that's why sous chef is here.
That was not smart.
So we're adding the beef. That's already cooked, right?
I cooked this because of TV, but you don't necessarily have to.
Okay.
You can use leftover pieces of roast. I've seen people use ground beef, but it's not as good. This was, I had a client where we did a hibachi and we had steaks, so these were the end pieces of the steaks.
Okay, so we're gonna let that simmer, let the beef soak up all the flavor, and then when we come back from the break, oh, you're fine. We will pour it over the noodles.
Yeah,
this looks delicious. I'm so excited.
I'm excited for you.
Man, it is like that creamy texture.
Oh,